All right, let's talk about something you hear all the time, cloud computing. It sounds super technical, right? Maybe a little out there. But here's the thing. It's completely changed how we all live and work. And I'm willing to bet you're already using it every single day, maybe without even realizing it.
Okay, so let's just jump right in. I have a feeling you're already a cloud pro and you just don't know it yet. Let me ask you a really simple question to prove my point. All right, just think for a second. Do you use Gmail for your email? Or how about Google Photos? You know, when you snap a picture on your phone and it just magically shows up in your photo library?
Well, if you said yes to either of those, then congratulations. You're already using the cloud. See? When you open up your Gmail, none of those emails are actually on your phone or your laptop. They're living on Google's giant, powerful computers somewhere out there. You're just accessing them over the internet. And that, right there, is the basic magic of the cloud. But to really get why the cloud is such a massive game changer, especially for businesses, we gotta take a little trip back in time. We need to see how things used to be done. And trust me, it was a huge, huge headache. Okay, so picture this. You've just started a new company. It's just you, your laptop, everything's fine. But then your business starts to take off. You're hiring people, things are growing, and before you know it, you have 100 employees. And now, well, now you've got a really big problem on your hands.
And what a problem it is. I mean, first you have to go out and buy these super expensive servers and hard drives. Then you got to hire a whole team of tech people just to keep all that gear running. Oh, and you're paying for the electricity to power it all 24/7. And what happens if a server dies? You better have a crazy complicated backup plan. But here's the real kicker. After spending all that money, a lot of that expensive equipment is just sitting there, doing nothing most of the time. You're just burning cash. It was just a massively inefficient way to do things. So yeah, this expensive, clunky way of doing things was the norm for decades. But then, a totally new solution came along that promised to get rid of this whole hardware headache once and for all. And that solution, of course, is cloud computing. The main idea is actually pretty simple. Instead of owning and managing all your own computer stuff, you just rent it as a service over the internet. You need more storage, you need more processing power. Boom, you can get it instantly, on demand, from someone else who specializes in it. So, who are these someone else's? Well, they're the big names you'd expect. We're talking about Amazon Web Services, or AWS, Microsoft Azure, Google Cloud. These companies have built these absolutely gigantic worldwide data centers. They handle all the complicated hardware, the maintenance, the security, the whole shebang. And they basically rent out little slices of their super powerful infrastructure to businesses and even to people like you and me. So, what exactly makes this new way so much better than the old way? Let's really break down how this thing works and why it's so different. Okay, the difference here is literally night and day, right? The old way, you had these massive upfront costs just to get started. With the cloud, it's pay as you go. You just pay for what you use. Before, you were stuck with whatever limited storage you bought. Now, it's on demand and totally scalable. If you need more space, you can get it in minutes. And maybe the biggest change of all, you go from having to manage every single little thing yourself to letting the pros handle it all for you. Let's just really hammer these points home because they are so important. First, it's an on-demand service. You use it when you need it, and you turn it off when you don't. Simple. Second, you only pay for what you actually use. That can save companies a ton of money. And finally, all those tech headaches, security, updates, maintenance, they're just outsourced. They're someone else's problem now. This lets you focus on what you're actually supposed to be doing, running your business. All right, so we've been talking a lot about business, but let's bring this back to you. Because this whole revolution isn't just for big companies. It has a direct impact on your digital life every single day. Let's go back to that Google Photos example. Remember the bad old days of getting that storage full warning on your phone? Ugh. With the cloud, you basically have unlimited space. And what about losing your phone? Before, if you dropped it or lost it, all your pictures were gone, forever. Now, they're all backed up safely and automatically. And you're not tied to just one device anymore. You can pull up your entire photo library from your phone, your tablet, your computer, anywhere in the world, as long as you've got internet. So as we're wrapping things up here, let's just do a quick recap of what we've learned. This whole cloud computing thing, it's way more than just storing files online. It's a completely new way of thinking about technology. Okay, so here are the 3 big things to remember. Number 1, the cloud takes the headache of managing hardware off your shoulders and gives it to a provider. Number 2, it completely changes how you pay for tech. Instead of a huge purchase, it's a flexible pay-as-you-go service. And finally, number 3, it gives pretty much anyone with an internet connection access to incredibly powerful tools that used to be only for massive corporations. And that really brings us to the final and maybe most important point. The true promise of the cloud isn't just about saving a bit of money or making things more convenient. No way. It's the foundation for almost every huge technological jump we're seeing today. I'm talking streaming services, the Internet of Things, and especially the explosion in artificial intelligence. It gets rid of the old limits and lets us ask a brand new question. If you had access to nearly infinite storage and practically unlimited computing power, what would you build? What amazing problems could you solve? That, right there, is the incredible potential the cloud unlocks for every single one of us.